to sit in solemn silence on a dull, dark dock in a pestilential prison with a... No, I can't say it.
I'm gonna start over. Hello, welcome back to my channel. So, has anyone ever noticed that basically every single really big influencer on TikTok has had like a really public scandal, and then they had essentially no repercussions and we all forgot about it after a week or so? Has anyone ever noticed that? Because I've noticed that. Today, I'm gonna rant about something that nobody cares about just because I can. What I'm gonna do is go over some of the most popular TikTok scandals, going over the main points of the TikToker involved, what they did, how they responded, their follower count at the time of the scandal, if I was able to find it, and the amount of followers that they have now. Now, what am I hoping to accomplish with this video? I don't really know. Probably just attention, just to get views. You know how it goes. Before I start, I do have to throw in a disclaimer. There is a chance that I'm going to talk about like your favorite TikToker ever in this video. If I do, don't get mad at me, get mad at them for doing something that got them in this video, okay? So let's get started. So we're starting with Chase, aka Lil Huddy. He's been in like kind of a few controversies since his rise to fame. The two like most notable ones and the ones that I'm going to be going over are his N-word scandal and his whole like allegations regarding him cheating on Charlie. So yeah, starting off with the N-word scandal, this actually happened on like an older TikTok account of his, I think. Like it didn't happen on his actual Lil Huddy account. He like posted a TikTok of him lip syncing a song that had the N-word in it, which he then like mouthed. And then on his Snapchat, he recorded himself with a broken nose, saying the N-word, not lip syncing it, just like saying it. It's a little unclear as to when this happened because articles were written about it in like April of 2020, and then in July 2020, the Lil Huddy is Over party tag started trending on Twitter. The actual like video of the Snapchat was posted to YouTube in January 2020. But one article from The Odyssey that was published in 2020 stated that the scandal happened around a year ago, and so a year before July 2020 is July 2019. So around July 2019 is when this happened, okay? How many followers did Chase have in July of 2019? Kind of unclear because Social Blade only goes back to May 2020 where he had 19 million subscribers. Followers, not subscribers. That's great. At the time of his scandal, we can assume that his follower count was too many. This leads into his cheating scandal because if you remember, I said that in addition to the articles from April of 2020, there were also articles made in July 2020 which brought back up the scandal. But the reason that these articles came out in July 2020 wasn't because of the scandal itself. They were just kind of mentioning it in addition to the cheating scandal. I'll keep this one kind of shorter because in comparison to racial slurs, this is just like Hype House and Sway House and whatever other house drama. But basically, Charli D'Amelio announced that her and Chase broke up. Some guy from the Sway House made a diss track on Chase. I don't know the guy. I know that was a thing and there was like a beef. And then fucking Chase went on Twitter and posted a screenshot of his Notes app, which we all know always goes well when influencers do that. And it just address the cheating situation in a way of like kind of admitting to it, but also like throwing his own friends under the bus. So that happened, and then I don't know how that was resolved because now him and Charli are like together again. So that is that. The amount of followers he had at the time of the cheating scandal was 21.9 million. His follower count now is 29.7 million. So that's cool. That's cool. The next TikToker we're talking about is Bryce Hall. Spoiler alert, this guy gives me the fucking heebie-jeebies. So if I sound a little bit less unbiased in that, it's because he entirely gives me the ick, okay? Let's start this now. So when I was like planning this video and writing the script for it, I knew I wanted to include him because I'd seen him in headlines like on more than one occasion. So I assumed that meant that these would be things that like people on TikTok had called out and he had actually like lost followers for and faced repercussions for. No, that's not the case at all. Granted, some of the stuff I'm gonna mention isn't like the most recent stuff, but people that have been like canceled on TikTok, usually like much after, will still have things in their comments talking about it. Like if you go into Chase's comments, you'll probably find comments about the N-word thing. But like on Bryce's comments, there's like nothing in there, which is weird considering the things I'm going to talk about, some of which are like actual crimes. So let's go, let's dive into that. Yeah. Starting off in October 2020, when he was caught on camera fist fighting a waiter at a restaurant. The details of this are kind of blurry. There is like a video, but I don't think it shows who instigated it. Bryce, of course, says that he didn't start it. The staff obviously disagrees. I'll get into that though. Basically, Bryce said that it started when he and his friends were vaping, which is illegal in LA right now because of the pandemic, which we're not even gonna get into the fact that he was at a restaurant during a pandemic because I feel like that's just obvious and I don't have to mention it. Anyway, he and his friends were like vaping, I guess, really cool. And then the staff was like, hey, that's illegal, please stop that, or else you'll need to leave. So they were asked to leave, and then Bryce is claiming that the staff like refused to give him his credit card back after Bryce asked, and then the manager started to like physically drag him out of the restaurant. That is what Bryce is saying. But a few staff members went against this, and one staff member, who funny is also named Bryce, he says that Bryce and his friends instigated the entire thing. Shocking, I know, that's really surprising. After they were asked to stop vaping, Bryce blew vape smoke in someone's face, and then that's when they were asked to leave, and the credit card thing didn't happen. So he said, she said, either way, did that need to escalate to a fist fight? Probably not. But also, so surprising, this isn't the first time it's happened. 1 month before this, in September of 2020, he was seen in another fist fight at another restaurant. So that's cool. And then back in May of 2020, him and I think Jaden, some other Sway House dude, were arrested for possession of marijuana. I don't care about that, to be honest. It doesn't come as a surprise, and it'd be hypocritical of me to criticize. He's not doing meth. I don't care about that. I just felt like it was important to mention since we're going down his list of reasons he was in headlines. So that's one of them, but whatever. This next one, though, I definitely do care about. And this is the one where in July of 2020, he was called out for allegedly sexually assaulting a drunk girl in 2016. He denied this. He said that they were sober, they're friends, and it was all consensual. So, I mean, there's that. Honestly, I don't know how to feel about this one because I'm always going to believe the victim until like evidence shows that I can't believe them. There's not really evidence like on either side though. What I think is kind of weird is that it wasn't the alleged victim that like brought the situation to light. It was some dude named Sebastian Topete, I don't know. And it also like, it wasn't Sebastian coming forward and being like, hey, she told me this happened. It started because he like posted a screenshot to his Instagram story of a DM he got saying that it happened. And I'm going to assume that the DM isn't from the girl unless she decided to refer to herself in third person as this poor drunk girl. I'm not saying that she didn't. It would just be a little bit strange if she did, in my opinion. But also, he cropped out the username of the person that even DM'd it. So it could have been her. It could have been not. been her. She hasn't like come out and denied it. She hasn't come forward and confirmed it. So I don't know. It's not really strong enough evidence to accuse him of anything, in my opinion. But again, it's just adding to the list of things he's been in the news for. The last thing I'll mention is, of course, his insatiable, is that how you say that? Insatiable?
Insatiable.
Insatiable need to be outside right now, to go out and do things during a pandemic. Going to Saddle Ranch, going to restaurants, throwing so many parties at your house that the mayor of LA has to shut down your power and water. That's really cool, I think. And also, like, looking at all of these stuff, like, all of these combined, I could not even really find, like, a loss in followers. I couldn't even really find people talking about it other than people like D'Angelo Wallace, fellow commentary channels. Oh, and also Ariana Grande, which then, oh my God. So Ariana criticized, you know, the TikTokers and the groups that are, you know, going out. And she said, do we really need to go to Saddle Ranch right now? Spoilers, the answer is no, we don't. Anyway, Bryce then like went, I think it was the Hollywood Fix that he was talking to. He literally said that she was only criticizing him and his friends for publicity. Bryce Hall thinks that Ariana Grande is using his name for publicity. How far up your own ass does your head need to be to think that Ariana Grande needs you for publicity? What in the world were you fucking thinking? There's no way you can actually think that to be true. That happened like a while ago and I'm still not over it because the audacity of this dude is insane to me. So yeah, he didn't like lose followers for anything that he's done. Currently he has 18.8 million. Yeah, so, you know, the girl that has over 200 million followers on Instagram, she's really relying on this TikToker for publicity for sure. I don't know, like, if you look at all of his scandals and don't think that any of it was, like, bad enough to lose followers, that's your opinion, I guess. I think out of everything, the thing that bothers me most is definitely the pandemic shit. But, like, despite that, despite if you think that he doesn't deserve to lose followers, does he really deserve 18.8? Because his content is painfully boring. I'm sorry, but I don't get the appeal. He dances in tight shirts. He uses Addison to get more views in his videos. He takes shots of like straight protein powder for some reason. Like he does that a lot, kind of. I don't know why. Shot getting a White Claw, which is really cool and alpha of him. I don't know. He's just the most overhyped frat dude I've literally ever seen. If you are in a college town or if you have a campus near you, go to it. Walk around the neighborhood by the campus where like all the Greek houses are, or if that school has like a Greek row, walk down Greek row on like a Saturday afternoon. You will meet 17 people that look and sound and act exactly like Bryce Hall. Anyway, yeah, he gives me the ick, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. So next up, we're moving on to more people that give me the ick. These people are the Lopez Brothers. So trigger warning for this: mentions of sexual assault and soliciting nudes from minors. So if that makes you uncomfortable, click away. So fun fact, I don't know if I would call myself a fan, but I used to not dislike the Lopez Brothers. Like when they first started off and they were getting like a little bit of a following, but it was like they were just like these chill dudes. They did the fun little dances in their house. I thought they dressed kind of cool, but then they kept gaining followers, and then they moved into the hype house, and that's when everything went downhill, which is honestly how a lot of these people that I'm talking about have turned out. Like, they're fine when they start out, and like they have they do have a following, but it's only like a fraction of what they have now. And then they keep gaining and they get really, really big and they get invited to hang out with some like house or like group of whatevers. And then that makes them gain more followers. And then their content slowly changes, their behavior slowly changes. You start to see them doing things that you disagree with, or some things that are gross and illegal, which for the Lopez brothers, it's the second one. So let's dive into that. The first brother to face allegations was Tony. He's like the younger one of like, well, I say younger, he's only like 2 years younger than his brother. So yeah, back in like August of 2020 is when this situation got like really big, but it's not when the actual interactions between him and these girls took place. So yeah, Tony, who was 21 at the time, was like talking to these girls that were around 15, knowingly they were 15. I'm not going to show any screenshots of like what he was saying because it's creepy and I don't even want to save it onto my computer. If you're like really that curious, Def Noodles has the screenshots on his Twitter. I'll put that in the description. It's just screenshots of like his private Snapchat and like him like being weird. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. He's just being creepy to these children. Thankfully, this situation actually did see consequences, especially after he admitted to the allegations in like one of the worst Notes app apologies ever, where he basically just blames his actions on the amount of followers he has. And also he refers to himself as a young man, which I feel like in the situation of being 21 and soliciting nudes from minors, like 15-year-olds, I feel like it's kind of weird to refer to yourself as a young man, you know? Like, does that make sense? Yeah, since the situation has come to light, Tony has honestly become the butt end of like a bad joke on TikTok. Like, his comment section does still talk about it. Really, his name and image has been ruined because it's the only thing he's associated with now. He's lost brand partnerships. He's consistently losing followers, I think, which is great, but like, he's also still gaining followers. Like, it's not even really that he's lost that much, because he has, but it's more so that he just gains less than he did before, you know? Like, he went from gaining over 2 million followers a month to barely 200,000, which is good that he's gaining less, but like, he shouldn't be gaining at all, you know? Yeah, let's move on to his brother, Andreas. So this one was kind of a shock to people just because he was always seen as like the less problematic of the two. This actually is also a brand new thing. Like, it happened a few weeks ago, January 2021. A video came out on TikTok. Allegedly, the phone call is between Andreas, who is 23 years old, and the mother of a 14-year-old girl. So she's like asking him like, oh, do you understand the consequences of your actions? You could go to jail. She like wants to like meet with him to discuss things in person. The person that posted that was not the girl in question because she wanted to remain anonymous. I don't even know her name. So the person that posted it was a friend of hers who like got her permission to post it. Yeah, he denied the rumors. I'm not sure if anything is going to come from this because again, it's still like a new situation. But fun fact, what I didn't know until I was like looking into this case is that he's already been accused of sexual assault before. So last year, 2020, a 17-year-old came out and said that back in 2018, Andreas sexually assaulted them when he forced them to grab his and wouldn't let the person go. He again denied this in a statement where he just misgenders them the entire time, which is nice. Of course, that's nice. So since the video came out a few weeks ago, he's lost around 300,000 followers, which is good, but he still has 22 million followers. So also he still gets like hundreds of thousands, if not over 1 million likes per TikTok. Like, as at the time of me filming this, his most recent TikTok, which has Tony Lopez in it, has over 2 million likes. Okay, there are so many more shitty people on TikTok that I could talk about, but I think this video is long enough for you guys to get the point. Here's the thing though, here's like, I guess the point I want to make. I've come to the conclusion that if you were to like take all of the social media apps and you were to rank them based on like how much they bring the worst out of people, TikTok is number 1. Twitter's number 2, but that's a separate conversation that doesn't matter. But that isn't based like solely on the creators, okay? I think that TikTok's interface and the way that it's set up gives people a false sense of anonymity. For example, Instagram and Twitter, they have this thing where if you go to someone's page, it'll show you down like on the bottom, it'll say followed by, and it shows other people that you follow. So it shows people you follow also follow this person. TikTok does not have that. TikTok also doesn't have the feature where if you like click on someone's following list or list of followers, it'll have like the search bar for you to see, like if you were curious about a friend following them, you could search it. TikTok does not have that either. So you cannot see if someone likes posts, you can't see if someone is following someone unless you scroll through their entire list. So that means if someone you know is following like someone like Tony or just a generally not good person, unless you were to scroll through either the list of Tony's millions of followers or, you know, the friends, I get however many people they're following, you have to scroll through all of these lists to figure it out. It's also like a lot easier for you to comment on someone's TikTok post and for people to like never even know that you posted that comment. This is due to a mix of like just how many people are on TikTok, the way that the TikTok algorithm is like set up to where like you could comment something horrible on someone's post, but that post might not even show up on your friend's For You page just because of how the algorithm works and how individual For You pages get. And also because of the fact that the order that comments appear on TikTok is based off of likes and whether or not the creator responds to the comment. So if you leave a hate comment, it doesn't get any likes, it doesn't, get any replies, it's going to be at the bottom of the page and nobody realistically would ever know that it's there unless they're looking for it. So that, in my opinion, that makes people feel safer to comment hate on someone's post or to comment support to a creator that they follow and that they support, even though that person is actively homophobic or racist or whatever it is, whatever not good thing it is. I don't bring up this to blame Lil Huddy's audience for him saying the N-word. That's not what I mean. What I'm trying to say is that fame can make people expose the worst part of themselves, and it can also just make people's sense of self-importance get like way too high. They start to show their true colors. They realize they can get away with it because they're going to have people that support them no matter what. They rely on the fact that it'll also just eventually go away in a few weeks when one of their influencer friends does something dumb. These are shitty people, but their followers are actively supporting this person in their shitty behavior. This doesn't shift the blame to this person's audience, but it shows that their audience is not guiltless. So, TLDR, just stop giving shitty people a platform and stop supporting shitty behavior because it shows the shitty side of you. There are tons of like awesome people on TikTok. It just sucks that those people have a fraction of the following that like these large dumb creators have. So yeah, thank you for listening to me rant about people I don't necessarily like. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, like the video and comment on the video. Please get that engagement up. Thank you. I'll see you soon, probably. Okay, goodbye.